Introduction. In any work environment, hazard awareness and control are key to keeping you and your coworkers safe. We often don't have difficulty identifying hazards like electrocution, getting struck by a piece of machinery, or slips, trips, and falls. But sometimes it's more difficult to identify the human factors that contribute to hazards. For example, a job may be routine, but if the worker is impaired physically or mentally, he or she may not be able to do the job safely. In terms of workplace hazards, fatigue is unique in that it has two separate causal sources. Most hazards, like confined spaces, chemicals, or equipment failure, are limited to causes in the workplace. While fatigue can be caused by work factors such as scheduling, workload, and lack of fatigue management training, it can also be caused by personal factors such as sleep duration and quality, commuting, and family or social obligations. These two separate causes mean that a unique approach is required to mitigate fatigue. Fatigue management is all about understanding and managing the human factors, as well as the impairment that occurs when we're not at our best mentally or physically. That's why this course is designed to help you understand the health and safety impacts of fatigue, as well as employer and worker responsibilities in terms of identifying and managing fatigue. Throughout this course, you will learn about physiology in relation to fatigue, why we don't manage fatigue even when we're aware of the risks, and finally, strategies for proactively and reactively managing fatigue in both the work environment and at home. By the end of this course, you should be able to explain the importance of sleep cycles and circadian rhythms in managing fatigue, list the benefits of getting proper sleep, identify causes of fatigue, recognize the key physiological impacts of fatigue, explain how fatigue impacts safety, recognize how fatigue could impact your health, identify the many barriers that exist in identifying and managing fatigue, recognize the symptoms of fatigue, explain existing strategies and their limitations in assessing workplace fatigue, comply with fatigue-related legislation and your responsibilities for managing fatigue in the workplace, identify proactive strategies that reduce the likelihood of fatigue and reactive strategies that mitigate it, provide examples of team-based fatigue management strategies, recognize the signs of fatigue while driving, and implement appropriate proactive and reactive fatigue management strategies, and outline strategies for shift workers in terms of sleep, healthy eating, and exercise.